So in this video we're going to work on the adjustments for 2007. So your spreadsheet should already look like this and have the 2006 adjustments in it, and you should already have on your adjustments tab A and B, and now we're going to be working on 2007. So the first adjustment we want to make in 2007 is for the $25,000 that Workman took, that he was unauthorized to take from the loan. And in order to make the correction on the financial statement, we need to go back and review and find where on the financial statement it is. So here, if we go to sales, we see the adjusting entry where Workman wrote off the debt, the proceeds of the debt, to sales. So that decreased sales, so we need to increase sales and show that that's due from Workman. He needs to pay that back. So let's go to 2007, add that to sales, and that reference is C. And we need to put that math back in here. We'll just copy it over from the prior year. And we need to link retained earnings to that. Put our asterisk in there. Plus, that I'm just going to point at the cell in the prior tab and then hit enter. And then add that to the due for Workman. And put the reference in there so that it's clear where that came from. And my balance sheet balance is here, so I feel good about that. Got that one done. Okay, what's next? Then some of that debt, I think probably to create some confusion and to blur things, was reclassified out of debt into payroll. So that's just needs to be reversed. Let's go back and look at that in the general ledger to refresh our memory. So you can see this $15,000 here in the payroll liabilities just needs to be put back in long-term debt. And we'll put a reference there. Great. Okay, we've already got that in there, just needed to document that. Okay, the next one, let's work on this outside services. So there's two pieces to that. One is they tried to move outside services to advertising to kind of hide it. So let's reverse that one and then remove the personal expenses and put it as due from Workman. Alright, so let's do the reclass first. So E, that was $12,500. Let's just look at that in the general ledger, remind ourselves. So let's find that $12,500. There it is. So it came out of travel and went up to advertising. So we're going to take it out of advertising, put it back into travel. Alright, and then we want to take $5,000 out of outside services because that was personal, and we want Workman to, so we'll add that to this cell add that to the formula here. Due from Workman. Seems to me the math here is not working. So we've got the 25,000. This nets to 5. I had an error in my formula. I got that fixed now. Okay, so that looks a little better. And let's see if our balance sheet balances now. It does. Okay, good. And now we've got to add another reference point. Was that D? Yeah. So let's make this column a little bigger so we can see all of our reference points. Okay, so, and E, excuse me, that wasn't D, that was E. Actually, the 5,000 is going to be F. Let's put this back in here. This was E. There we go, got that documentation correct. Let's fix it over here. Okay, so we got those two taken care of. Good. So the next thing we want to do is take out that personal travel, excuse me, the auto lease. He needs to reimburse the business for that. And just to review, refresh your memory, the auto lease, you reclassed it out of the auto lease expense account and put it in cost of goods sold to hide it. So we're going to go remove it from cost of goods sold. And that reference number was G. And then we're going to put it into, so I'm going to click into the cell and add it to the things that Workman needs to reimburse. Alright, there's G. Okay, and then there's one more thing in 2007, that's the personal travel. So in the interview, you get the total of all the backup that they went through and looked at. Down here in number 54. Alright, so let's take that 13,212 out of travel. So I've got to click in here and subtract it. Add that, was that H? Yeah. Add the H to the reference here. Make that column just a touch bigger so we can see the H. Okay, very good. And then go over here and click in here and add it to the due from Workman. And then add the H reference to that series. Okay. Let's go back here and fix my little typo here. You probably already caught this. There we go. When I went back to see if my balance sheet balanced, it didn't. I was off by that 100 for the typo. Okay, now we're ready for 2008.